everybody, I'm Maggie. Welcome to the Strawberry Laser Lipo live stream event.
Woohoo.
For purposes of this live stream event, I will be taking my mask off. But as we all know, masks are required wherever we are. Again, this is just for the video purposes and audio purposes of today. But we will require everyone to wear a mask when they're here. We will certainly be gearing up, and you'll see what I mean by gearing up in just a minute. But of course, we'll be wearing masks. So I'm gonna put this away for now. But thank you all for joining us. I'm here in Physicians Weight Control. We are in the Pottstown location today. I'm standing in our quite big waiting room. As you can see, we have tried to social distance as much as we can with our chairs. When it comes to waiting in our waiting room, whether it's for our diet program or for our strawberry laser, we want to make sure that you are safe. Even though this is a huge waiting room, we require 4 or less people in here at a time. So you'll never be elbow to elbow with anyone in our offices, no matter where you are. So again, thank you so much for joining. I think we're waiting for a few people to tune in. But again, this is our first since the whole coronavirus started, our first live stream. So thank you so much for being with us. It's been a long few months. We are all so excited to be back to work. And we are excited to have everybody come back as well. And we want to see new patients. We're ready for you. So just to give you a little back story of Physicians Weight Control, we have been in practice for 33 years. So it's actually my father-in-law's practice that he started the year I was born. I know this is a lie, I can't take that back, but that's how I remember how long we have been in business. So we have our main part of our office is our diet program. So it's a medical weight loss program. I'll go over it again a little bit later, but basically you will meet with a doctor on that program. So this is different than Strawberry Laser. We can certainly put them together, but this is separate. You meet with a doctor. The doctor will discuss what diet he thinks might be best for you. He's going to go over exercise, which is always important when it comes to losing weight, any type of weight loss program. They're going to go over exercise with you. You're also going to get a B12 injection, as well as a multivitamin, and then of course our FDA-approved appetite suppressant. So that's just a very quick overview of what our diet program offers. But let's go over what you are all here to learn about, which is the good stuff. The good stuff, our Strawberry Laser Lipo. So Strawberry Laser Lipo, it is the only FDA-approved, physician-backed, so we have to do it with a doctor backing it, so obviously here in Physicians Weight Control, advanced inch loss technology that targets the adipocyte fat cell. So that's just a fancy word for your fat cell. So what actually happens? So what the laser that comes out of the diode, which again, these are big words, but they're gonna be explained to you when you see the machine itself, is a low-powered, cold red laser. We a lot of times think of lasers as being hot, but this one's actually cold. So what happens when the laser meets your fat cell is that it breaks the chemical bonds between the fatty acids and triglycerides, which is just the fat in your fat cell, and it increases your cellular metabolism, which sounds wonderful, right? It's a natural process. It's just starting on its own. So once your fat cells release the fat into your bloodstream, it exits your body through the lymphatic system and your endocrine system. So that is your urine and sweat, respectively. Okay, so the most important thing to remember, and I will mention this probably a few times, is that we are not harming you or your fat cells in any way. Super important that we point that out. There are a lot of things on the market that will be killing, freezing, destroying your fat cells, and we don't want to do that because, as unfortunately we've learned with things over time, they will regenerate, and they won't always regenerate in the places you think they will. So we do not kill anything, we don't destroy anything, we don't hurt anything. We are simply what you do in the gym, we are targeting here in this office, which is really exciting. So literally we're taking your body's natural metabolic process of eliminating fat and we're just accelerating it in a certain area. So it's exciting because you can come in during your lunch break. You don't have to worry about anesthesia. There's no bruising. There's no surgery. There's no downtime to the surgery. There's just nothing at all. And most importantly, there's no pain involved. So that is the quick overview of Strawberry Laser. And hopefully we're seeing a couple more people. Awesome. So welcome everybody. I also want to mention, please like this live stream. Every like, the like that you give us will give you an entry into getting a free treatment at the very end of the live stream, because it's just going to go right into our raffle. If you share this live stream so that your friends and family can also enjoy it, you're going to get 2 entries into that raffle. So if you only like it, thank you so much. You'll get 1 entry. If you're excited about this and you want everybody to know, 2 entries for you. Okay?
Nice. Yes.
All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce the girls that I'm working with today and my husband, who's in the other room. He is actually the director of our program. I am the program manager. And I'm just going to steal the camera really quickly and introduce the girls behind the camera. We have our lovely Julia. Hi, Julia. Hi. Julia is our technician in our Pottstown office, so this is who you would see if you're here in this office. Our second girl here, we have Raquel. Hi, and Raquel is our technician in our King of Prussia office. So these are the girls behind the scenes, and I'm going to flip the back around. Thank you so much. Yeah. And I'm going to introduce our last technician. So we have Pottstown, here we are. We have King of Prussia. We also have Allentown. And the last place for physician's weight control is media. So come on this way, I'm going to introduce you to our media technician. So this is what I mean when I say we are gearing up. This is Salome. Salome is like I said, she's our technician in our media location. Salome is wearing as much as we possibly can. She's going to have direct contact as the certified laser technician with our patients. So she is wearing our lovely yellow gown, our full face shield, and a mask. You may also see large goggles with just a mask. Today we're going to do just as much as possible just to kind of show you what it might look like. Our gloves, of course, and we have our thermometer. So let me also introduce our lovely model today. This is Barry.
Hi.
Hi. Barry is getting married in
3 weeks.
3 weeks. So this is perfect timing for Barry. We're just going to kind of show you what a normal session would look like today. So she's been waiting patiently for us to get started. I'm going to hand it over I'm just going to show you what Salome is going to do. She's going to take her temperature before she comes in.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. This is the easiest part. We're going to jot it down. As long as we don't see a fever or any spike, we're good to go. Good to go? All right.
We're good.
Come on this way. Okay. I'll let you guys go in front of me. All right. So the next thing that we are going to do is take Barry's weight. So look real quick. And then look away because she's going to step on there and she doesn't need us looking.
Yeah.
So for every single treatment, we will be taking your weight. Now, keep in mind that we are measuring inch loss with Strawberry Laser. Weight loss can be a wonderful side effect, but we want to make sure we're going to check in with you every single time you come in for a treatment to make sure that we're getting you to have the best results possible. So this is just the first step that we do
for a check-in.
For our check-in, yep. Are we good? All right. So we're going to follow them into the laser room. That's the like and share symbol. Oh, that's right. Okay, that's the like and share symbol. Raquel has just reminded me. We want to keep reminding everyone that one like, or liking, I keep saying one like. You can only like it once.
Yeah.
To like the live stream, we'll give you a single entry into our raffle. Share it, 2 entries into the raffle. All right?
Okay.
So now we are in our beautiful laser room. What we're going to ask our client to do is, I'm actually going to hand this off to you because I don't want to get too close, is just antibacterial hand
Hand
scrub.
sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer, thank you.
You're welcome.
If we can do it kind of like up your arm a little bit, perfect.
A lot of similar stuff to doctor's appointments, I'm sure you guys have seen.
Very similar. Here, I'll take it back. And I'm going to put some on myself. Alrighty. So once you come in, we are going to walk you over, and we're actually going to take measurements. It's very important that we take the measurements because we're going to do it before and then after the treatment to see exactly what you've lost. We're going to actually mark in erasable, dry erase marker, 4 different spots or more, depending on who the technician is. Sometimes we do a little bit more, with the tape measure. And we're going to go around and we're going to mark those areas so that when you come back off, we can put it exactly in the same spot and show you how much you've lost. Now, a huge, huge important detail of this treatment is water. Water is your best friend. Without water, we actually can't release any fat, or we can only minuscule amounts of fat. So the night before, we're actually going to have you drink 46 to 64 ounces, it depends, of course, your body type, of water after 5 o'clock. We really want you hydrated for your next day. Now, we do say 24 hours in advance, just remain hydrated, but that night before is super important. Then the next day before your treatment, just remain hydrated. Hydration is key, really, for any weight loss, whether you're just going to the gym and working it off there. Just the water is important. It's the only way fat can leave your body. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
No matter what you do after this. All right, so
All right.
I'm going to hand it over to Salome. She's going to introduce the paddles.
Hey guys, so these are our paddles. There are 10 paddles. You'll see the circles on each paddle. That's the diode. That's where the laser is actually emitted from. The paddles are really customizable. You can see the cords there. They're daisy chained, so we can space them out on the band. We have different size bands for different areas. We also have a long line in the middle, and that allows us to space them out if we're doing legs or arms at the same time. Makes it really customizable. For a person who's going to be treating their abdomen, which is what our client's going to be doing today, we'll place this onto their abdomen. We can do top and bottom, placing it lower and then higher up, or side to side, which would be belly button to spine, and then belly button to spine on the other side. But for today, we're going to do the lower abdomen for our client. So you'll see that she's going to leave the area clean so that we can put the paddles on there. So on the ladies, onto her abdomen.
Gonna be chilly.
First of the day. And then we'll take the band and just wrap it around.
Awesome.
Okay. And then we'll ask the client to lay down, and that way we can adjust the paddles once they're laying it down again. So you can go ahead and lay down on your back. So you'll see I put the paddles on her lower abdomen. We can even put our pan in here and tug the skin up. That'll help to keep the skin going the opposite direction. It helps with the fat that's there or any loose skin if you have loose skin there also. And then we may even tighten the band on the area if it needs it. Then we also have our secret weapon, which are the cluster probes. So the same technology that's inside of the paddles, these are placed on the lymphatic strand that's closest to the area that we're treating. So for your abdomen, it's going to be in your groin area where your lymphatic strand is, and this is just going to help release all the fat and get everything moving in your lymphatic system so that it can flow out of your body.
Great.
All right, so we're gonna let her put those on. We're gonna move back to
Yep.
because it's a little personal in that area. And those cluster probes, I hope that you were able to hear her. We are kind of taking a little bit of a risk with the shield being down, but since she has direct contact with our patient, we can't take any chances. But basically what she was just going over were the paddles. If you can see them, they're kind of the size of like a general marker. Or a wee paddle. That's the length that you will be treated. The cluster probes that she held up at the end, just to reiterate, those are our secret weapon. The diode, there's one diode in each of those cluster probes. We put them for her, it's gonna be in that groin area. If you're treating below half of like your calf or your lower thigh, we're gonna put it behind the knee. If you're treating arm or upper back, we're gonna put it under your armpit. So whatever the closest one is, that's where we're going to place those. Without those, the fat cannot leave the body. We needed to leave it very quickly. Now remember, this is an FDA approved treatment, so this is very safe. This is the safest way possible to get all that fat out. So we're just going to show you what's going on right now. It's very exciting. We just have Barry laying here comfortably. Okay, awesome.
I'm great.
And this is our machine right here. It's a very simple machine. Really, we just have the power plugged into the paddles, and of course we have the probes. What do you feel right now, Barry?
Nothing really.
Nothing right
Yeah,
now.
I'm just kind of hanging out.
Is that what you thought you'd be saying about lasers aiming at your body?
No, I didn't know what to expect
Not sure.
exactly. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So after a little while, Barry, and we'll check back in, but Barry's going to feel a heat sensation. Now, this sensation is not coming from our laser, because if you recall in the beginning, the laser itself is a cold red laser. So it's a low-level laser that will not be emitting any heat. The heat, however, that she's going to be feeling is the cell itself. So let me go over what the cell is actually doing. So when you drink your water, again, huge point here. We really want to have you remember to drink that water. Before and after, which I'll get to in just a moment. But before, let's focus on the before. If you drink your water, think of your cell like a big full water balloon. So your adipocyte cell is filled with water, you're super hydrated, just like a full water balloon that's just to capacity. If we start poking holes, the water in that water balloon is going to start to spurt out really quickly, right? It's just going to come out as fast as it can. Well, when the laser hits your fat cell, it's going to create pores, and that's how your fat leaves the fat cell. It's literally the same thing that happens when you go to the gym. We're just telling it to in a very specific area. So just like that water balloon, if it was only, let's say, half full of water, so that's your fat cell, it's not very hydrated. It's kind of, you know, it's there's water in there because you're alive, but there's just not much. If you take a pin to that water balloon, it's going to leak out, right, really slowly. And just that's the same thing that would happen with a dehydrated fat cell. It's going to slowly leak out. There's not much that we're going to get rid of. So that's our water balloon imagery of what happens with your cell. So we definitely want you to come in and get the most out of your treatment with that big fat water balloon hydrated cell. Okay? So after your treatment, you will also, so some people say, aren't I losing water weight then, right? Because we see those wraps and you go in and they wrap you up and you sweat it out and you come out and you're feeling real snatched. That's only for maybe a day, because what they're doing is they're dehydrating you. Yes, that's water weight. Now, if that's a quick way to maybe, like, I know models do that a lot. They'll just kind of get that like sleepness. Is it healthy? It's not super healthy. To be dehydrated is just not healthy, but we're not doing that. We want you to, after you leave here, within 12 hours, we want you to drink half of your body weight in ounces of water. I know, some people, half the people out there are going, no way, not possible. And then there's people who drink water, they're going, I probably already get that. If you are the type of person who already drinks water, awesome. If you're not, get ready, because it is so important for anything that you do to lose weight, you have to drink the water. And for us, it's very specific. It is half of your body weight in ounces. Okay, so that is clear. If we're trying to get you to drink water when you leave, it's not water weight that you're losing. It is the only way that we can actually get that fat out of your body, because as we mentioned before, it's going to exit in your lymphatic system and your endocrine system, which is urine and sweat. So also within that 12-hour window after your treatment, we would like you to get 30 minutes of exercise. And all that means is breaking a sweat, getting your heart rate up for 30 minutes. That's all you need to do. If you can't do that, that's actually, it's okay, but we want you to get the best results possible. So if you can physically exercise, we always recommend doing it. Now, there are people out there who, we've seen this a couple of times, not a whole lot, but we get people who maybe can't exercise because of a medical
age, medical reasons. They just aren't able to, maybe because they never really worked out that often. So they're just not that far advanced in that way.
Yeah, whatever the reason might be, we got you. Okay, I'm just gonna put this down. If you can't exercise, the water is still the most important part. Our FDA approval was actually based on a double-blind study where they had half the people doing the treatment and half the people thought they were doing the treatment. And I like to say it's 100% success rate, because everybody did lose inches in our FDA trial. But one person lost less than 2, I believe it was, and 2 or more was the threshold. I think they lost like 1.8. It was super close. So we have technically a 98% success rate on our FDA approval, which is wild. I mean, that's just crazy. But it's science. That's what we're explaining to you. It's just the way that your body releases fat, and we're just speeding that up. So if you are only able to drink the water, it will still work for you. Will it work as well or as quickly as someone who can exercise? Maybe not. But in the same hand, if you're a water drinker and someone who exercises isn't a water drinker, I mean, we will also help you become a water drinker if you're not already. That is one of our biggest goals, I think, as technicians.
Probably get sick of us here saying it.
Yes, you might
Even
get.
for exercising, we'll tell people, like, if cleaning your home makes you break a sweat, that's something that's good to do.
Exactly.
Vacuum your upstairs and downstairs, walk up and down the steps, walk around your block. It doesn't have to be a vigorous exercise, especially if you're just starting out, because we don't want you to harm yourself.
Great.
You could be whatever breaks the sweat for you. And while it's hot outside, I mean, it's not that hard to do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, water is going to be our main point. And the only way to sweat is to be drinking water.
Yes.
So I just want to also just remind everybody of the offices where we have the laser. We have 8 offices actually in total. I think I forgot to mention that earlier. 8 total offices. We have an office here in Pottstown, Media, King of Prussia, Allentown, Kennett Square, Bristol, Lansdale, and now I can't. Did I forget one? Lancaster! Lancaster's our newest one. Thank you. So that's 8 total offices that we have that provide the diet program. For the laser lipo, we have obviously Pottstown, we have Media, we have Allentown, and we also have King of Prussia. I'm just pointing to the ladies who work there. So those, we have 4 out of 8, which is not too bad. You know, we started with 1 obviously, and now we're growing. So do we have any questions that I can field? Oh, actually, I want to go over side effects real quick. I know that's always a question, so it's probably coming up.
And also maybe body parts we can and can't treat.
Good call. Okay,
Good.
so let's go over that one first. Thank you very much, Raquel. So when it comes to the areas of the body that we can treat, when it comes to a male body, we can treat almost anywhere. So the back of your calf, okay, let's say everybody, let's start there. Everybody's body, we can treat these following areas. We can, the calf, your thigh, whether it's inside, outside, or the whole circumference. Your abdomen, we actually can do the booty. Sometimes we do like right beneath the booty to get that little shelf going on.
Good results there.
Great results there. Yeah, that's a really exciting one. It's very interesting the fact that we have on different areas. We can certainly recommend everybody who comes in different areas that you're looking to have a certain contouring expectation. We can give you advice. So let's go back to the booty. So we do the booty. We do the back. So hips to the back. As Slomi mentioned before, we do the top of the abs. We do the top of your back. Some people do a double back instead of a double front. They'll do the top where your bra line is, and then the back. We can do arms. We can do, let's see, am I out? Am I out?
I've done ankles.
We can do ankles.
I've done
If you're,
ankles on a few people, for boots, for girls.
yes, those are exciting when you can't zip your boot up and then you do a few treatments and then you're like, oh my gosh. Very exciting.
I don't know if you want to mention the arm area or here where you
So-
have to sign a little.
Yes, so we can do, thank you, we can do under the chin, we can do under the arm for women, but we would have to have you just sign what am I trying to say?
Consent.
Just a
Just a
consent,
consent,
yeah, a
yeah.
regular consent form, because it's not cleared on this machine, but overall this is cleared on a different machine, it's just not this exact machine. So it's the same technology on that machine. So we can do that area. We would just talk to you a little bit further about what your expectations are. When it comes to a male chest, we can treat male chest. We actually get great results with that area. We have pictures if you'd like to see on any of these areas. The only thing we can't do is treat a woman's chest. Trust me, if we could, I would, but we can't. It's just a liability issue that comes from the FDA, and so that's the only area, ladies, I'm so sorry that we won't be able to treat. But that's pretty much the whole shebang. And I'm going to get to side effects in just a moment. I just want to let you, I'm just going to check in with Barry. Barry, how you feeling?
I feel great. It actually just feels like I have an electric blanket on.
Okay.
Nice.
Like a warm blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
cool.
like on a low setting kind
Right.
of thing.
All
And
right.
that's
Yeah,
that.
like if you have like your electric blanket when you have your period, you just kind of
Yeah.
it there. It feels great.
Yeah, and you can come in if you are on your monthly. You can come in and get this treatment done. The measurements might be a little bit off, just simply because we tend to be bloating during that time period, as we all know. But you certainly can get the treatment done. It's not a contraindication or anything. Now, that heat that she is feeling is, if you remember that water balloon imagery that I explained, it's the reaction of the cell. So you are actually feeling your own energy and the fat leaving the fat cell.
That's wild.
So not too bad. So we are going to do Barry's second 10 minutes on her back. I'm not sure if we explained that to be in the beginning. Yeah. We're going to do her back area when she's done. Just for the sake of time, we're going to move her to our shake machine. So go back to me. We're going to have her get I almost said unprobed, but that's taking the probes off.
Unlasered.
The side effects and remembering to like and share.
Yes, thank you. So the side effects, that is always, no matter what you research, find out what the side effects are. For us, we have no adverse side effects, none. The only side effects that we actually have are skin tightening, collagen production increases. We have to call it a side effect because it's actually not, in the FDA approval, but that is our only side effect.
Never had anything negative.
And it's part of the FDA approval is that there's no adverse side effects. So that's really awesome because, again, it's a natural metabolic process that we are activating and speeding up. So can't go wrong with that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to show you where Barry's going next. So the last 10 minutes of your treatment. So the first 20 minutes is the treatment itself. So 10 minutes and then we're going to move it and then 10 minutes in that next place. Now, for her, she's doing abdomen, and then we're going to do it on her back. If you wanted to do abdomen and then your inner thighs, as Salona mentioned before, those paddles are customizable. They're actually Velcroed, so we can move them around, and we can do 10 minutes on your thighs, 10 minutes on your stomach. That's 20 minutes total. Every single time you come in, you get 20 minutes total. So we're going to use it.
Yes.
The last 10 minutes will be on the shake machine. We're just going to show you the shake machine really quickly as we put Barry on it, and then I'm going to explain what exactly that's doing for us. Okay? I'm going to step in the hallway.
Okay, onto the shake machine.
Come in Julie's little nook.
All right, are you ready? You can put your hands
I'm ready.
here and bend your knees slightly. Put your feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to press the start button.
Okay.
So you may see this in your gym. You may not. It is a very, very new machine. But
I'm seeing it more and more.
You see it more and more. Yeah, I know it just came to our gym
Yeah.
recently, but another gym I went to, it hasn't been there. But this is called a full vibration machine. So what it's doing is it has a motor that's moving her this way and also side by side. So it's vibrating her. Full vibration machine. And this machine is actually pretty cool. So just the background, just to let you know really quickly, is that this was invented by NASA originally, so that when the astronauts were in space, they wouldn't have their muscles atrophy. This is actually going to hit her secondary and tertiary muscles. Things we don't use when we're going to the gym. You can't get there necessarily. Vibration gets there. You'll a lot of people step off of this and they get the spaghetti legs like you do on the treadmill. But then after a couple days, they're like, ooh, I'm a little, good sore. And then after a while, they start to be able to, even just your strength, of course, but the flexibility starts to come back. So it's a really good machine. Now, that being said, the biggest use in our lives as the Strawberry Laser Lipo team is that this works as a lymphatic drain. This is going to bring so the moment you get on here, if you have to urinate before you get on here, tell us. Because vibrating and having to pee is terrible. But that is the point of it. So by the time you get off, you probably will. So this is a little bit of a secret weapon as well. If you cannot exercise, if there's something that's precluding your ability to exercise or just simply be on a shake machine, you don't have to use this. This is just an extra little helpful guy that we have at the end. It's free, basically. Because it is a little bit of cardio for you. It is not counted in that 30 minutes I talked about before. But it does give you a little bit of cardio. They say about 75 to 100 calories you'll burn on this.
Yep.
So it gives you a little jump start to that cardio burn. Remember everybody, for 1 entry to our raffle where you get a free treatment. Share and you get 2 entries to that raffle.
Rah.
And comment your name. If you would like more information, we can certainly send you some information. If you want to just message us directly, that's great too. But if you comment your name, that'll help us, yeah, for sure, get in contact with you. Do we have any questions that we want to go over?
Do you have some questions? So we can definitely go over some of the frequently asked questions. We did some side effects. We talked about what we can treat. How about when it comes to if you've had cancer of any kind, or if you have it?
So if you've had cancer and you have survived, first of all, congratulations. We are so happy as everybody to still have you. You're a warrior. And if you have been in remission for a year or more, we can see you here.
I'm a cancer survivor.
Yes, she is. How many years,
That's
Barry?
awesome.
21 years.
21 years now. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
I know.
So you're very much, that's incredible. Wow, Barry. So yes, we can definitely see you if you've had cancer. That does not eliminate you at all from doing our treatments. If you are less than a year, we'll just wait until that year hits, and then we can certainly proceed with treatments. If you have any type of photosensitivity, that is one thing that we would have to kind of talk about, how much you are affected by light, by even sun. Because while this is actually, if you want to come out, I don't know how loud this is going to be
Oh, yeah.
on there.
You're right.
So if you're on medication that kind of makes you photosensitive, is typically like the most common thing that we see. We'll talk about it, but we may not be able to treat someone who has a lot of photosensitivity. We also won't see someone if they get a serious sunburn right after, because even though this is a low level red cold laser, it's still a laser, so we don't want to hit you when you're already burned on your skin.
And when it comes to food, eating before or after, like a certain type of diet when you're doing a treatment package, can we talk about that?
Yeah, so, and then will you remind me to talk, I'm going to go over this first.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
Go over that before I lose it out of my brain. Just to go over, and I meant to mention this, when you're doing 10 minutes, the reason that we can only do 10 minutes is because, first of all, you're going 9 to 13 millimeters beneath your skin. We are only hitting subcutaneous fat. We are not hitting the organs. We are not going anywhere near them. It's only the top layer, and that's what we're doing. We're reducing our fat layer by layer. And the reason that we move it is from between 8 to 10 minutes, wherever we're treating, it's going to stop expelling the fat. So if we leave it there all day, which I know everyone's like, just wrap me up and leave me all day, it's literally after 8 to 10 minutes, it's not going to do anything anyway. So that's why we do move it. I just wanted to put that out there as a reminder. But yes, so when it does come to food, so when it comes to any diet, living cleaner, meaning less processed foods, less fat. Natural fat is not actually bad, but when it comes to carbs that turn into fat, we want to reduce our carbs, do more protein.
Yeah, too much of anything.
Too much of anything, yeah. And if you're doing too many carbs, and you may not even realize it yet, because every technician will discuss with you your diet. If you are actually maybe having too many carbs and you're always hungry, maybe you're not having enough protein, or maybe you're not having enough water. There are different things that we're going to be able to discover about what your diet is. Now, after your treatment, so the day of your treatment, we do, within that first 2 hours after your treatment, that is when your cell is going to be at its most vulnerable state. So we want to just only drink, can you close the door?
Yes.
Sorry, they're chatting it up.
I'm so excited about this new information I got.
Just shake it away. So within 2 hours, though, we want you to not eat anything, just drink your water. After 2 hours, if you do need to eat dinner or lunch or whatever it might be, we just ask that it's clean, which means, if you're having a salad, maybe have it with some fish and use a dressing that is most, oil-based as opposed to like cream-based, right? So we don't want you to stop eating. That is never going to be what we tell you. And by the way, it's a terrible way to lose weight. Your body does not like that. We just want you to eat, be cognitive of
Portion
what you're
control,
putting in your body.
what you're getting.
Yes, portion control. And the thing is once you start to see instant gratification,
Oh, it's such a boost.
who doesn't love to see their body just sleeking down a little bit? A lot of times it's right here, it's this Coke bottle that we talk about, where people, you know, we stand like this. After a few treatments on here, you start to really get that like, ooh, that like wave going.
It's your own inspiration.
It is really exciting to feel. So, thank you for asking about the food. So, are there any?
There are a few questions.
Sure.
So one would be, now that they've watched the video, they see that we can do two different sections.
You can't hear us?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh, okay. I'll get closer, maybe. Thank you. Go ahead. What was
That's okay. Sorry, that they see on the video that they can do two different sections in one session, such as stomach and legs in one. If you buy a second package, can you do arms in another session? So maybe we should talk about how.
the packages?
Yeah, thighs.
idea.
And there's also a question about price, so we can just.
Okay, so we're
I'd like to
I think
stick
we're,
to an area maybe before you.
Yeah.
So yes, can you do certain things? Yes. Can we move every single time you're here? Sure. It's not going to give you the best result if you don't stick in one area until you're happy. So that's what we tend to say. So if you're doing abdomen and you'd like to do maybe your inner thighs, which we lovingly call the chub rub, I would say stick to your abdomen until you're happy, and then we'll move to the thighs. Or stick to your abdomen, you know, if we're doing top and bottom, and then maybe we'll start to just treat the bottom, and then we'll move. We always want to be happy, you know, in one area before we move to the next area. Because if we're treating two different areas, we're not giving the attention that first area really deserves. So certainly if you get one package, so our packages are actually, we have a few. When we first started, we only had our 8-pack, which is what the FDA approval is based on, is 8 total. Now we have a 12-pack, we have a 16-pack, and a brand new, I think this year, we added a 20-pack because people were just getting multiple packages and we wanted to make it more affordable. Now, if you also, just side note, if you wanted to do the diet program, we do have discounts and specials to do both. So let us know if you are interested in losing weight on the diet program and inches on the laser lipo. So we do, because you're with us today, we have discount pricing just for you. For our 8-pack, typically full price 8-pack is $2,800. But today, since you're tuning in with us and you spent your time hanging out with us just for a little bit today, it's only $1,600. So $2,800 to $1,600, huge deal. The 12-pack went from $4,200 to $2,100. That's 42 to 21. That's half off. The 16-pack was it 56? So 5,600 was the price of the 16-pack. Today it's only $2,650. And last but certainly not least is our 20-pack, which was certainly the question that you had prompted before. You know, if you wanted to do multiple areas, this we would highly recommend getting a larger package. The 20-pack is originally $7,000. Today, $3,250. If you just wanted to try and then maybe pick a package while you're here with us, because we are all understanding of that. Maybe you come in and you tell us what you really want done. If you want to just try it, typically one single treatment is $350 all on its lonesome. But usually it's 50% off just for, we call it an initial treatment, if you've seen that lingo on our page. So it's $175. But today, if you sign up with us today, if you give us a call at the end of this live stream, it's only $100 just to try it. And then when you are here, we can go over the other packages that we have in whatever area you're looking to treat. So again, today is a really good, we aren't taking calls just yet, but once we are done, please give us a call. If you want to write it down and get prepared, it's 610-792-5400. We have 4 offices. 610-792-5400. So that is here in Pottstown. But of course we have, if you go to our website, which is www.pwc, that's for Physicians Weight Control, pwconline.com, you can see the locations and their phone numbers. You can read a little bit more about the program if you missed a little bit of the stream today. There's a lot of information out there for you on our website.
I think all the girls got up there too, right?
All the girls got up
Did all the laser girls get on there too? Their little
yet.
profiles? Okay, they're coming.
Our profiles
Meet
are
the
coming.
girls.
Yes, you
You
can
met
meet your
them today.
technician. Anything else that we have?
Well, I was just thinking while you were talking too, I talked to people about how people buy bigger packages like a 16, 20 because your treatments never expire. They'll just stay on your account, so some people
Yes.
come back year to year to use a handful.
Very good point. So yes, if you get a package, let's say you get a 12 pack and you use 8 and you are super happy and you're about to go on that cruise, and on that cruise you are going to, well, actually let's not use cruises as an example anymore. But you're about to go on vacation and maybe it's just your backyard. I don't even know how to use this example anymore. But let's say you've used the amount that has taken care of your problem area. If you take a break or you whatever happens where, you enjoy what, see, the cruise is always such a good example.
I know.
Anyway, your treatments
All inclusive.
don't, right, all inclusive wherever you are, your treatments don't expire. So maybe when you come back, you're like, ooh, I had a good time. We can certainly treat you when you get back.
Or staycation.
Or yes, staycations are what we all are realizing that is our future. What was that?
Lockdown inches.
Oh yes, we've all added lockdown inches, have we not?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
whew, it's just a change of pace. Don't be hard on yourself, please. We tell everybody who comes in here, first of all, you are not alone. We are all here on this playing field together where things have changed and no one was prepared, okay?
In the same boat.
You may have walked from your car to your office building up 3 flights of stairs and down, and after a couple of weeks not getting that exercise, your body doesn't realize what's happening. It's storing up for the winter. Like it's just gonna happen. So please be kind to yourself during this time. And we're here to help. We're here to help. I mean, our schedules are not gonna go back to exactly what they were, most likely. Now, if you're in a different field that maybe you have never stopped working, you definitely have a different experience. But those of us who maybe we were not working for 3 months, we just couldn't. They wouldn't allow us. Things have changed. So let us help you. We are here to help, and then going forward, maybe because your routine is not going to be the same as it was before, we can build a new routine, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think we're gonna get prepared for the raffle. So if you haven't liked now, you get 1 entry for the raffle if you like, 2 entries if you share. Okay, so can you let Bill know that now he can get ready? So he's gonna get our raffle together.
While they're getting that together too, can we talk about expectations and lasting effects and things like that?
Absolute permanence.
Good.
Yes. So when it comes, every body is different. Every single body is going to have a slightly different reaction to no matter what you do. Raquel can go to the gym, for instance, every day for 3 months and lose more than maybe if I went to the gym every day, did the exact same routine as her, and maybe I would lose a little less, maybe I would lose a little more. Everybody's a little bit different. That being said, we are going to talk to you about what would make your treatment results better, quicker, and of course worth the time and money that you're going to put into the program. When it comes to permanence, I mentioned it earlier, but if you didn't hear me, we are not damaging, hurting, or destroying your fat cells. I know that sounds tempting. I know that saying get rid of those fat cells is what you think you might want, but it's just not. We need to have a certain amount of fat in our system or in our bodies to begin with, but to eliminate them in a drastic and violent manner, it's not natural and it's not good for your body. We are shrinking your fat cells. We are not hurting you. So if something happens in your life and you've gotten, let's say, liposuction, cool sculpting, something that has destroyed or removed the fat, and a life event maybe makes you, something happens and you gain weight, it's not going to return evenly to your body. The fat will still return, but we've seen it. We treat people who've gotten invasive treatments done. And now if there are people out there who've gotten invasive treatments, maybe they've gained weight and this hasn't happened to you, I'm so happy. But the amount of people that we see who've gotten invasive treatments and now have craters, who now have a line where this fat grows elsewhere, they've gotten fat pockets, the fat pockets that come under your armpits.
I've had a log in the stomach.
The logs, so we will not cause that. We are actually solving that from other folks. What we will create, again, our only side effect, because those are side effects. Those are going to be side effects they tell you when you get liposuction, when you get cool sculpting. Our side effect is collagen production and skin tightening. So Should I get down here?
No, sorry.
So it's only good things coming from us. And again, we treat other people who have unfortunately had, bad side effects. Yeah.
Two more quick questions from the live feed. And then we'll get that handled.
And real quick, price-wise, it's the same thing. It's the lower end
Oh my
of
goodness.
pricing.
Yeah,
It's not touched
liposuction,
since she
we're
was
like,
talking about everything.
or pool sculpting, we're at least half what they are. We're not gonna hurt you.
Because they pick body parts, just so you know, if you're looking online and stuff, they choose body parts, so you have to pick a lot of them to cover what you
Do you
want.
want me to
This
go over
covers
cool
all the way
sculpting
around.
just
Sure.
quickly? So cool sculpting, when it does come to cool sculpting, if you have had it done or if you've maybe seen it, you know that they take about, let's say we're talking about your abdomen, they take about this much, they freeze it, and then they have to massage it out.
So that's
And
one
they-
price.
That's one price. And then they're gonna do it depending on how big the area is. We have the paddles, we take a
Full
large
coverage.
area, yeah, we have a large area for a lesser price. So there is that.
Just want to mention, because
Thank
it's
you.
confusing when you're looking online.
It
And
is.
by design, they are creating ripples in your skin.
Right.
By suctioning up an area and suctioning up another.
Oh, by
The
design
space
with,
in between.
yes, when they suction things out, there's gonna be difference. Now, when it comes to our paddles, we actually have a static laser. So it looks like, actually, if you wanna look at the paddles really quickly. When you look at the laser, these diodes, you'd think that the laser is just gonna kinda straight come out. What actually has happened is each diode, this is what it's doing. It's going in a circle. That's what the static laser means. So we're not leaving you lopsided. In between here, you're not getting treated. We're getting treated all around.
Great. Two quick questions. Actually, three now. Okay.
All right, I'll answer them quickly because I know we're good.
That's okay.
He's getting it ready.
Do you need to call the Pottstown office to receive the discount, or do we call the office that we prefer?
You can call here because all of our technicians are here, so we can schedule you or whatever. Yeah, call here. Good question.
Yep,
But
great
we're-
question.
We're all here, so
Yep,
it's
give us
a
a
good
call.
idea to do that. Now, if you can't call today, maybe you're somewhere where you can't use the phone, you can call the office that you'd like to go to. Certainly, if it gets routed to our main office, which is media, you can talk to the certified laser technician there, or simply leave a message and we will get back to you. It does happen sometimes if we're seeing a patient, we can't get the phone, it does get routed to media. But yeah, just call us today.
And
Okay.
for calling today, was there...
Free gift.
Oh yeah, so if you call today,
And extra treatment.
thank you. If you call today, not only do you get the discount pricing, but you will also get a free treatment if you buy a package today on top of the package that you buy.
Yep, and a free gift.
And a free gift, yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, the
Gift
cool,
and a treatment.
now that's a gift and a treatment. Gift and a treatment.
Just do a dance back
That's
here.
added. There's a small dance party you can't see. That is going to be added on. Now, with the package, if you buy a package today, you already get a free treatment because if you pay in full, so that means credit card, cash,
Check.
which that would be tough to do today, but like if you can make it in, go ahead. Check. What is it?
FHA cards.
FHA cards.
Is that what
yeah.
they are? I think so.
FHA
Or
I
FSA.
think
We're
there's like
trying.
a few different kinds, but the
Yeah.
ones you get with your insurance.
Your insurance, if they give you a card that you can
Where
use,
you're
as long as it has
paying
a
into.
Visa, MasterCard,
Yep.
you can take that. The only way you wouldn't get a free treatment, because those are, we don't pay any money towards that, is if you use care credit, which we do accept. We accept care credit. If you have care credit, maybe you've used it at the vet hospital, maybe you've gotten a root canal, you needed it for that. We accept care credit. Better yet, they accept us. So that we have a 0% financing for 12 months. Now we pay for that, so that's the only reason that you wouldn't get a free treatment if you use care credit. We also do have United Medical Credit Union, and we can go over what that entails if you need to, go through the credit union. But yeah, so you get a free treatment if you pay in full today. Also, we're just throwing things around. If you are a veteran, if you are active military, if you are a first responder, if you are a doctor or you are a nurse, you get a free treatment today too.
Yes.
Thank you for your service.
And through all these last couple months.
We know it's been crazy and you've put your life on the line and we can't be any more grateful, but we are going to try. So if you have an ID to show that you are any and all, or probably maybe all, I don't know, I guess you could be all those things. then we can certainly give you a free treatment based on that.
Okay.
My father-in-law, Dr. William Strowhouer, who founded this practice 33 years ago, he is an Army veteran. My husband, his son, who is our director here, he is also an Army veteran. We take care of people who take care of us, right? So I know there's a lot of free stuff I just threw out. If you call, ask us to repeat it. We will absolutely be happy to do that.
Okay, and we have a couple more. How much time, actually, is there too big for lipo? I think that means, like, is there?
Is there a weight limit?
Yes.
So there's no weight limit. We suggest if you are looking to lose weight, if you're not looking to lose weight, we can still make the skin smoother and still decrease in certain areas. But if you are looking to lose weight, we would talk to you probably about the diet program. If you do both of our programs at the same time, that is the optimal way to lose your inches and your weight. So there is no weight limit, just to go back to your original question. There is no weight limit. Absolutely not.
We love all sizes.
We love all sizes. All of us are all sizes. I don't know if you saw in the beginning, but we are, everyone is beautiful, and we are just trying to make everybody happy in their skin. So.
Next question is, how much time between treatment?
Great question. Awesome question. Yes. Gosh, there's so many questions here that are so good. So between your treatments, so we suggest at least a day between your treatments. We highly suggest 2 days between treatments. That obviously has to do with all that water that we're drinking before and after, but also gives your body a little bit of a break. So 2 days between treatments. So if you do it on a Monday and a Thursday, perfect. Every week, a Monday and a Thursday. Just to give you a heads up about the days that we are treating in our different offices, it was different 4 months ago. We have had to scale it down a little bit. We're changing what we can do because we can only do so much. Yeah, safety is the most important thing to us right now. So right now, and if you don't remember this, please call Pottstown. We're seeing people typically Monday and Thursday. As well as King of Prussia, Monday and Thursday. Media, we are seeing patients Monday and Friday. And in Allentown, we are seeing people Tuesday and Friday. Now, if you can't do any of those days, don't panic. Give us a call. We try to accommodate to people's schedules, but right now, given the staff that we have and the PPE that we have to follow, the situation that we're in, it's just we have had to gauge down a little bit. But don't let that stop you from calling and at least asking a question. There are no stupid questions, 100%.
Okay. Do we have to do the appetite suppressants in order to do the laser lipo treatment?
Oh, no. Okay, that's a good question. So the diet program is one thing. The Strawberry Laser Lipo is another thing. They're two separate programs. We just happen to be in the same building. So if you are not on the diet program, that's okay. You can still do the laser. We have lots of people who do that. A lot of people do both. Some people just do the diet. It's whatever makes sense to you. And we are all well versed on both programs. So if you have questions about the diet program and you're here for laser and you want to start the diet while you're doing, we can certainly
help you. Yep.
Yeah, get more knowledge on both programs.
Okay. Does the laser affect tattoos?
Good question. How are we doing on raffle?
He's just cutting it up and
Okay.
putting it in a hat.
Oh, old school. All right.
Old school.
That's a lot of names.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, that
I
makes
see
sense
it.
why it's taking a minute. Sorry, guys, but it's coming. So hang in there. We'll find out who has a free treatment. Tattoos. So yes, we can go over tattoos. If they are not fresh, if they are fresh tattoos, we will position around them. And that, I hope that goes without saying that it's kind of like a sunburn where your skin is repairing itself.
Yep.
It's healing. So we don't want to hit it at that point, but we can go over, older tattoos.
Couple more. Do we count dispatchers as responders, first responders?
Dispatchers. I think so.
Yeah.
That's a first responder.
You work with the, yes.
As long as you have an ID that says what, because I think all
Right.
of,
You have to prove it.
you just have to prove it with an ID.
Okay. And can we go over quickly again the discount for today? A couple people missed it, as well as the
Sure.
diet program cost.
Sure. Let me grab them. Did I grab them? Yeah. Got them. So let's go over the diet really quickly, and then we'll kind of go back to the laser. So the diet program, the first time you come in, you're going to pay for 5 weeks total. It's gonna be $260 for 5 weeks, and that includes every single time you come in, an appointment with your physician, sitting down, talking to him or her, getting a B12 injection, a multivitamin. Those 2 things are optional if you already take them or if you don't need them. And then the appetite suppressant is prescribed and dispensed out of our office, so you don't need to go anywhere else. That's all included in every appointment you have. So anyway, 5 weeks total, $260 the first time you come in. We will ask you to come back in a week. This is for the diet program if anyone's kind of tuning in. We will ask you to come back in a week because we want to see how you did that first week on the medication that was prescribed. If we need to adjust it, then that's the time to do it. And then you won't pay anything that week after because that 4 weeks had been paid for that first time. So that once you are on and you're at the end of the 5-week period, then you can kind of go month to month, week to week. We do have a pricing sheet. For instance, 1 week, if you do 1 week at a time, it's $90. But if you go a whole month, if you buy a month worth, it's $150. So it's a lot less expensive, certainly, if you get more at a time. We don't suggest going more than 4 weeks at a time, just so you can check in with the doctor more often. And now, if you are in the diet program or you want to be in the diet program, we do have a special if you wanted to do the laser at the same time. So again, just to remind you, 8 treatments today went from $2,800 to only $1,600. So $1,600 for an 8-pack. 12 treatments was originally $4,200, and today it's only $2,100 for 12. For 16 treatments, used to be $5,600. Today it's only $2,650 for 16. And lastly, we have 20 treatments. Our biggest treatment package used to be, well, it's originally $7,000. Today it's only $3,250.
Okay, and one more thing about the free prizes for today and a phone number again.
Okay, so today, if you buy a package today, you will get a free gift and a free treatment. Okay, if you schedule your initial, we could probably work in the free gift.
Yeah.
We could work in a free gift. Now remember, one single treatment is $350. Okay, so if you add them, if you go treatment by treatment, it's $350. That math adds up very quickly. That is why we do the bundle packages. Typically, our initial treatment is 50% off, which is $175, but today is only $100. Okay, so it's $250 off. Not bad.
The purchase too.
The website, yes. Okay, so if you didn't hear before or you just need reiteration, our website is www.pwconline.com. You can buy the packages on there. We have it all set up just for our special discount pricing. There are also certainly more resources that you can access to see location, hours. Actually, hours please call for, but location and phone numbers. All right. Anything else before we do our raffle?
Nope, just that phone number for where to call today.
Good call. All right, so today we are in Pottstown. The Strawberry Laser is available in Pottstown, in Media, Allentown, and King of Prussia. But today we are physically in Pottstown, so give us a call here, 610-792-5400.
Yep.
Okay?
And then if I could just pull you guys out here for our raffle,
All
because
right.
our beautiful model has to get going in a few minutes.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we'll
okay.
have her- so she can
All
finish
right.
up. If you want to take her slow, because
Yeah, you want to do the rest of her treatment?
so she can finish up.
So let's say goodbye.
Bye.
They're going to finish up Barry's treatment. She has to leave, and she volunteered today, so we want to make sure she gets it in.
She's doing wedding stuff. I gotta
She
get
should
to
be. So I am going to. This is full of all your names.
Yeah, full of all your
I
names.
don't believe I introduced my handsome husband. This is William Strowhouer.
Hi,
the
Bill.
You guys have been answering.
He has
Facebook
Yeah,
messages.
so if you have gotten messages, they are from him, so you can't blame me. I'm just kidding. He's our program director. He's fantastic. He also is the COO of the whole company. So he's the man behind the scenes.
All right, let's pick that free treatment.
Good stuff.
He has gotten our
Not that you're not
raffle
good
together.
stuff, though.
You're good stuff, though. Shoot. Okay. All right. So This is for the drawing for the free treatment. After this, we will be done, unless there are any questions. And whoever I pull has to immediately let us know that they're still watching, and we'll set you up for your first free treatment. All right.
Yay.
Great. Big value.
Big value.
Big values around here.
Ready? Do a drum roll? Okay.
Drum roll.
All right. Tiana K. Hubbard.
Woo!
are
Congrats. Congrats. Let us know you're still watching. Claim your free treatment.
Give us a call. We can get you immediately on the schedule once that we're done here. If you need to message us, please feel free to do so. If anybody would like to message us, ask us a question, want to have us call them, whatever you would like us to, you can message us all the time. We may not be able to chat, but we will get back to you certainly immediately. All right, any other questions that maybe we missed today? Here, I'm going to hand this over to you, Bill, so you don't lose that one.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you so much for being with us today, walking through the treatment together.
Isn't she enchanting?
This has been a wild few months for everybody, us included, and we are just happy to be back, and we're ready to help you, and we're taking all precautions. Safety-wise, if you didn't see in the very beginning, I was wearing a mask, but no one could hear me, so I did have to take it off just for the purposes of this live stream. But when you come in, everybody will be masked up.
Geared up.
Geared up in all different ways. Salomi's over here wearing some of our gear.
All right.
So thank you. Let us know. Give us a call, 610-792-5400.
Come visit.
We'll see you soon.